In January 1945, Japanese ships operating off the coast of French Indochina, modern-day Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos, faced immense challenges as the tide of World War II turned against Japan. The US and Allied naval forces had established dominance in the Pacific, leading to a series of intense air and naval attacks on Japanese vessels. The footage from January 13, 1945, showcases the relentless Allied assaults that targeted Japanese shipping lines, which were crucial for Japan's dwindling war effort. One of the primary challenges for Japanese ships during this period was air superiority held by the Allies. By early 1945, US carrier-based aircraft had begun to dominate the skies over the South China Sea, executing bombing raids and strafing runs against Japanese vessels, attempting to deliver reinforcements and supplies. The USS Lexington and other carriers of the US fleet launched numerous sorties aimed at cutting off Japan's logistical supply chain. Japanese ships were often unable to mount an effective defense against these air assaults, resulting in severe losses. Another significant challenge was the constant threat of submarines patrolling the region. US submarines targeted Japanese convoys, often forcing ships to take evasive actions, which increased the risk of attack. By early 1945, the Allies had fine-tuned their submarine tactics, making it increasingly difficult for Japanese vessels to operate safely in the waters off Indochina. The increasing scarcity of resources further compounded Japan's challenges. Japan's merchant fleet had already suffered substantial losses throughout the war, and the remaining ships were overburdened with supplying a wide front. Limited fuel supplies forced Japanese vessels to adopt more cautious strategies, which often slowed their movement and made them easier targets for air raids and naval blockades. The waters of French Indochina also presented navigational hazards. The complex coastline, with its many shoals and islands, limited maneuverability for larger ships. This, coupled with poor reconnaissance and radar capabilities, left Japanese ships vulnerable to ambushes by faster, more agile Allied vessels. By January 1945, the Japanese fleet's efforts in the region were desperate attempts to maintain control and sustain their troops across occupied territories. The relentless Allied offensive in the South China Sea effectively crippled Japan's ability to transport troops, fuel, and supplies, hastening its eventual defeat in the Pacific. The footage from January 13th serves as a testament to the relentless pressure placed on Japanese shipping as the war reached its closing stages.